your personal empowerment. Expanding. Expanding. Which means you actually have known about your personal empowerment, but how are we going to expand it? Which means there is something you know about yourself that you are good at. Remember, we say effective leaders are actually people who are individually empowered. So what you are going to do is to expand your personal empowerment. And the way to do this is, first of all, to come to a place where we have to look at some assessment. You know, when you get to school and they will begin to assess what you are. In another way, somebody's going to look at you and say, you are good at this, you are good at that. Can you move this? Can you do this? Can you move that? So here is what we have. The first thing is assess your present level of personal empowerment. You know, self-reflection is very good in leadership. Instead of thinking so bad about other people, think about yourself. Concentrate on yourself, because in this life, the only person you can change is you. No matter what it is, the only person you can change is you. So sometimes our energies are depleted because we concentrate on other people. Why is he not committed? Why she is not this? Why is she not keeping time? Why is she not doing this? Why is this? Why is this person doing what they are doing? That actually weakened us the more. Rather than you challenging yourself, what is wrong with me that I cannot keep time? What is wrong with me that I cannot relate with people? What is wrong with me that I cannot work with people? When we begin to deal with ourselves in self-reflection, actually you're going to find. So I want to just implore you to say that you should just learn to meditate on your life. Meditate, take score, take measurement, charge yourself, challenge yourself, and score yourself. And then when you are used to that, then move out a little bit, get somebody who is very close to you to be able to challenge you and tell you an honest report of who you are. And make sure that you are not going to be somebody who's going to be angry after 1-2 points are raised. And you say, it's because I give you a chance, you want to condemn me completely. No, you have to come to a place where somebody should look at you and say, you are very good, but can you work on this? Can you make this area? And people are honest to tell you that. You know, allow their criticisms to be an effective one so that it will mold you and make you better. So I'm saying, assess your personal level of empowerment. Be honest. What is the meaning of that? Solicit input from various resources or sources. Yeah, solicit. Let somebody give you a true feedback of whatever. In fact, sometimes you have to actually go to your critics to actually give you even the worst, so you can come out from that. Then you go in for your friends who say, since I met you, everything has been fine. No, everything has never been fine. So we have to deal with that. Number 2, determine whether your performance falls below, meets or exceeds customers' expectation. See, don't just satisfy or meet the needs of an assignment or an expectation just for the sake of meeting it. Meeting deadlines are good. Keeping time is good. But for what reason? That's why we talk about the professional performance. So I want you to actually determine whether your performance falls below. Challenge your performance. Is this the best you can give? Or I have something in me that I really need to come up with. If you begin to do this, you will actually grow yourself and become better. If your performance is below expectation, what are you supposed to do? Assess your level of commitment. Because commitment will make your performance to be low. Persistence will make your performance to be low. Lack of dedication will also make your end result will not be good enough. You know, there are people who start something very, very well, but they don't continue. So you see the quality from the beginning, then you see how they become slush as they begin to proceed in life. Start strong and end stronger is what is supposed to be with us. That when you want to do something, don't end it at a diminishing return. Raise it and end it at a high pitch so that it will be. Now, I want you to know this on a serious point, that you have to re-examine whether you are committed to meeting the expectations of your position. I'm not saying your person. Really check yourself again. You know, position is not you. And you are not position. But your position can be very high while your performance is very low. And that's what I'm challenging. Meet the expectations of your position. Because if you are heading a department, I expect you to do as head. If you are the total boss for whatever, if the shop, you are the owner of the shop, you should behave like the owner of the shop. And so the demand is that your expectation must actually meet your position. So if not, make plans to actually for doing something else. You know why? Don't hold that position and allow people suffer. Yes, you can actually relinquish it. If you know you cannot perform to the level of your position and you don't want to change, leave it for somebody else. It is going to be more honorable than people insulting you and then you hold on to. John C. Maxwell actually talked more about that there are people who are just leaders because of position, and that is the job title. That's all. That's why they are even there. When you remove the title from them, nothing is there. And that what I'm saying is that I don't want you to actually hang on the title. I want you to hang on your performance that actually meet your own position. You do that. Number 4, how to expand your own personal empowerment. You have to be committed. Determine also the new skills you require. Sometimes when you don't have new skills, your commitment is not sweet. You know, you become stereotyped. You become somebody who runs in a cycle and you become bored. And people that are committed, you have to move on. See, there are things you are doing now that other people are doing, and they are doing it better than you are doing. Meet them and ask them, how can I improve? Yes, it's not just, you can be committed to something that is just ugly. But commit yourself to something that is great, and it is also improving and is inspiring and is allowing other people to emulate you. You have to come to that point. Remember what I'm saying? Be committed. Be committed. Determine the new skills. Look for something that is going to enhance, to add, to innovate, to create the place where you are. If your responsibility and accountability expanded with your new/present position, oh, what a good thing. What are you supposed to do? Write details about the new skills you require. Write them down. I need this, I need this, I need this. And when you write them, follow them. Don't just allow them to be on paper. No, don't be telling people for this endless confession. I will, and never comes to an end. You must. So write the things, the new skills you want to acquire. Write them down. And they are also required. There are things you will want to acquire, but there are things that the organization will want you to actually, is the requirement of the organization. Sometimes people meet their own requirements, but they cannot meet the organizational requirement. And you have to think about that. Because you cannot bring down a company, an organization, a department, just because you don't want to improve. That will not be. So whether it is personal or professional skills, work on them. Let every year of your life add something to. Yeah, let something new happen to you every year. The 5th one is acquire a mentor or a coach to hold you accountable. This is one of the, it's a huge statement that has destroyed a lot of people, whether in the church in the workplace, in business, in market, in the government, and things like that. I'm telling you, most people, they don't have a mentor and they don't have a coach. And it's most likely I'm talking to you directly. You know, you can never always be the person teaching others. It's a very bad thing. It's a very, very bad thing. In fact, it makes you become obsolete without you knowing. You must come to the place whereby somebody must oversee what you're doing. A coach must come to your life. And there are differences. A mentor is not a coach, and a coach is not a mentor. But both of them are needed for where you want to go. You just have to take that. Mentors are people who can actually school you, tutelage you, give you directions, give you what to do. A coach is a person who drills you to bring out the best out of you. And he does not care how you look. He can punish you, he can deal. You know, a mentor cannot punish you. That is one of the things you don't understand. A mentor will sympathize with you. A mentor will give you some things that you can do on your own. A coach will be there with you, time you. A coach will deal with you, suspend you, hang you up. A coach will say, you will never see me again the next. Mentors don't do that. You know, and you don't have a coach that is intangible. But mentors can be intangible. Somebody can be in America and mentor you in Nigeria. But you cannot have a coach from that place to this place. No, a coach must be somebody who is going to come around you, make you sweat physically, and then see your tears running down and punch you again and tell you, go and do something good. So you have to. Now I know what I'm saying. Most of you don't have mentors. It is why you don't even know when you're wrong. You don't know when you're wrong. And then you don't have a coach. So the place of accountability is never in your life. And I want to say this now. If you are hearing and listening to what I'm saying and watching, and you don't have a mentor and you don't have a coach, you won't go far. You are just bragging in darkness. Everything you have, I'm telling you this, you can never ever achieve beyond this cycle. You know, because if you are not accountable, first of all, you don't even know a line of authority. You don't even know what it means to be under authority. Because when you are having a mentor, submission and giving feedback and accounting for what you are doing, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. You cannot be on your own and claim that you are in this 21st century. You must have a mentor and you must have a coach. And a coach is somebody who will look at you face to face, not closing his eyes and tell you you are wrong. My friend, will you go and clean up? That is the work of a coach. So you have to do that. I want you to check out the results that you produce. What are you producing? What are you producing? You can do something now and begin to say, well, I am good. But when you meet a coach and a mentor, no way. They will condemn everything you're doing and tell you no. The sixth one is work to overcome your self-limitations. Work to overcome your self-limitations. But you see, you cannot meet number 6 well if you don't have a mentor and a coach. It is in your accountability that somebody will tell you, strengthen this area. Go and work on this. Take this thing out of your life. If you don't have these two, you won't have them. You will not have them. So just think about that. Work to overcome self-limitations. And I tell you, everybody has come with that, self-limitations. And self-limitations simply means there are things that you can even do yourself that will limit you. Like condemning yourself in everything you do. Not believing that you can become good. And maybe using what has happened to you or what people have said about you to just end you in that area. Work to overcome. Now, let's talk about self-esteem, because that is where the whole thing is coming from. Self-esteem simply means no matter what I am doing, I am not doing it well. Now, it goes with inferiority complex. it comes with self-condemnation. Nothing you do that is good. No matter what you do is not good. You are the one who is doing it to yourself, and you are causing yourself to stay in that point. And each time people are giving you something to do, you must say no. No, 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 no. I don't know how to do it. Give me some time. I have never done it before. Blah, blah, blah. All those things come up. Self-esteem is that you condemn yourself, that you don't see any good thing in you. So even when people are picking up good things in you, you think they are mocking you. And so we have to. I don't need to hang on that one, but it's something you can. The seventh point is, if committed to expand empowerment, define a new challenging area of activity, which means I want to expand my empowerment. You have to find something that you have not been doing before and start doing it. Something that is practical, something that is new, something that is tangible, something that you can add and people can recognize that you have actually improved. Don't just be telling people, I am no longer the person I used to be. That is a story. That is a story. Don't be telling us that. Just go and do it. Prove it. Do it. Let us see you. If you are not the person that you used to do, I need to see you running up and down because you have changed. Now you are doing exercise. I want to see you weightlifting, and because something has happened. I want to see you sit down and read books. Yes, because that's going to be. I need to see you study. I need to see you have new friends that you have actually incubated into. I need to see you take new challenges, bring a new vision, bring in a new idea, work on it, make it practical. Let people see it. Because if that is going to be, you have challenged yourself by bringing something new. And it is an activity. You can learn an instrument. Yes. You can also go see somebody. You can do anything. You can learn a new skill. You can learn a new trade. You can. That is the way. Describing a project of an area of activity that you would enjoy. You have to let us know. I used to love this, but now I am actually into it, and I'm actually doing it. This should involve significantly expanded responsibility in terms of acquisitions of new personal or professional skills. What is it that you will want to learn that you have been thinking of learning? And it's not just that I want to. Nigeria is a land of certificates, plenty of them. When they say do your CV will be 3 pages. And then your experience is just a mess in the place of practical aspect. So I want you to know that if you are going to do anything like this, first of all, it has to be personal and professional. Don't ever forget the word professional, because it's going to make you to do things with a consciousness of excellence. Number 8, for you to expand your personal empowerment, proceed and apply steps 5 and 6. Proceed and apply steps 5 and 6 where difficulties occur. Step 5 says, acquire a mentor or coach to hold you accountable. Step 6 says, work to overcome your self-limitations. Now, this is what I'm saying, that proceed and apply step 5 and 6 where difficulties occur. Get started on the new project. Use the lean, proven, professional levels, the ones especially that you have learned. Learn it. There is this lean thinking that they say, instead of just thinking big all the time, reduce your thinking, choke them, stab them, and it's like prioritizing them, bringing them to a lean, which means maybe you have 3 areas of constant thought, which becomes your dominant. When you do that, you're going to find out. Use and also learn proven professional methods and also knowledge. Knowledge and methods are not the same. Knowledge is intangible. Methods are actually, most times they are practical. But you have to apply them. All of them must come together. And I want you to understand also, leaders must empower others. Leaders must empower others. It is critical to do that. Leaders must empower others. By empowering others, leaders tap unlimited resources available to them by following. And these are the things that I want you to allow these things to come to you, because if you're going to empower others, you have to have this. Number one, use initiatives. Yes. Allow other people. When you are sitting with people, allow them to suggest. Allow them to give you ideas. Don't be the person always processing the ideas. You know, Nigerians, they don't know how actually leadership development works. You know, you employ somebody to work for you and is telling you, give me my job description. And you give the job description. He said they didn't explain the job description. You explain the job description. He didn't give me exactly the tools that I needed to do. And then you keep doing that one. And then when you do that one, you are not. So you cannot grow people, develop people, empower people by giving them everything. Tell them what you expect, what you want done, and go away. As a pastor, it has always been like that. You know, he didn't tell me what to do. I am confused what to do. But you told me you were called. You told me you can handle this. Why are you allowing me to give you job description? That's why when you finish from university, you have your degree, you are employed, and they say, okay, this is your qualification. Yes. This is what you read. Yes. This is going to be, they say, what did they say? Orientation. They took you on orientation, and once they do that orientation, 2-3 weeks, what happened? They allow you go. Why? Because you told them you finished school now. So why would I go to start another school again? Now you have to have this. Allow the people to use initiatives. Their own. Watch them. In fact, it is said in leadership that if you're really going to develop people, allow them to somersault. Allow them to fall. Allow them to make terrible mistakes that will cost you. Because they too are going to learn. Let them use their initiatives. That is going to be. The second part of empowering people is be resourceful. Be resourceful. What is the meaning of that? The people that you want to develop and grow and enlarge and empower, the resources you have, release it to them. Yeah, release it to them. Give them books, give them tapes, give them DVDs. Allow them to go for seminars. Sponsor them if you can. Give them time if they are free to go and do something else. Excuse them from work. Allow them to experience whatever they want, to explore. Because when you do that, that's going to be. Don't hoard your resources. And your resources is what actually can help them. When you give a person a book and you say, read this book, and then we are coming to discuss. By the time the person is coming to discuss, half of the things he was doing that were wrong, they have gone. Half of them have gone. I'm telling you, when you begin to discuss with him now, he will understand you better than when you hit that book. You cannot be a great giant by monopolizing power. It's just very stupid for you to do that. I know pastors who can never release books to their members or to their leaders. They will never release DVDs, because that's where they are crooking their anointing. And then they come up and they be telling people, they say, the Lord spoke to me. You had it from somebody else. So allow them to have access to it and let them also expand. So you need to actually be resourceful. Like I say, if you have a mentor, there are people who are actually willing to mentor, but they don't have the resources. They don't. And you cannot mentor without resources. But there are people who also have resources and they're not willing to mentor because they don't want inconveniences. They don't want boogie time, stressful, all kinds of meeting with people all the time, talking like that. No, you just have to do that. The third point is you have to actually allow them to have what is called better accomplish the mission. Allow these people, allow others to better accomplish. There are things, even though you are the leader, you cannot just do. Please, you cannot do. Allow others to do it for you. Allow others to come in. So I'm telling you how to empower other people. Let them do the work for you. You know, you cannot do all things. Don't be quoting what we have in the life, in the book of life. I'm not saying it's wrong, but you cannot. You as an individual, you cannot. But as a body of Christ, we can. We can say, I can do all things through Christ. Why? Because we are many members, many faceted gifts. We are having multidimensional. And so if you bring, I bring, she brings, everybody brings, we will meet up that need. But you alone, you need somebody else. You need somebody else. So allow people to step ahead of you. Actually accept your ignorance. Accept your limitation. Just know that you don't know. And be proud to say, I don't know. It doesn't kill you. It can never, in fact, it will give you honor. You know, these people that we're leading, like Uzzah made some statement many years ago before he died. He said that pastors are teaching or preaching to members as if they are ignorant people. And that is actually what it is. You know, these members were teaching them, some of them, their education is 3 times higher than where we are. Some of them, their exposure, experiences is 10 times. And you are doing it as every one of them is under your feet. It's not. Please learn to stay where you are and allow others to work on your behalf. Use teamwork. If you're going to empower others, use teamwork. Now, when somebody performs very good in team A, move the person to team B and see what's going to happen. Move the person again to team C and see what's going to happen. By so doing, you are actually beginning to extract and you are finding out the strength of one person and things like. And finally, you're going to find out who actually stands in his own way. So use teamwork. Don't allow people to be doing work on single or one. No. Allow people to go. Jesus had 70. He sent them 2 by 2. He sent the 12. He sent the 70. He sent the 5. All of them, the 120. Don't do it because, no. Let there be a representation. What am I saying? Take charge. Even though you allow them to do what they are doing, you have given them the privilege and the chance and the opportunity to grow. Be in charge. If they do something and they come with a result and it's not what you are expecting and it's not what the company or the organization is expecting, let them know they have done a good job, but this is not what it's supposed to be. By so doing, we correct all of that and then you take charge, because the vision is to actually reach to a certain place. And if what individuals are doing within the vision cannot arrive at the end time or at the end of that vision, then we are not doing something good. We cannot come into the end of everything and regret, oh, we didn't arrive at our destination. That is not supposed to be. Use common sense and judgment. Common sense is that allow people to fall, knowing fully that you once did. Allow other people also some time. Don't just come in quickly. You know, it takes patience to see people doing things that are not right and still hold on to see if they can come to personal realization and change. Rather than every small thing you hit, and you come on top of their head. No, that is not. Now, some of the things that people, followers, don't understand is when you allow somebody to use a window of opportunity given to take a change, they come to you when they make gross mistakes. They say, why didn't you call me when I was going wrong? It is not always right. Allow somebody to know that really I did all I could, but I didn't. Now, why? It's going to allow him to take responsibility of knowing that I was wrong or I don't know. But if I tell you to do something and you start doing it and I come and I shout at you, you'll be angry. You are going to say, he didn't even lead me to finish. And meanwhile, I know what I was supposed to do. Even if you don't know what to do, you will say that one to justify whatever you think it has been. Now, leaders, like I said, must empower others. So leadership has great flexibility in varying the level of empowerment based on the individual's capabilities and seriousness. Now, this is a great statement, and I want you to understand it. You know, when you are going to empower others, there are others that you're going to empower in a short time. Why? Because of their capacity and their seriousness. 2 things are there. There are people who want to be empowered, but they are not serious. Today they are in the class, tomorrow they are not in the class. Today they are with you, they will go away for 3 months. You don't have to waste your time, because these people, they are not. Yes, they have capacity, but they are not available, and so you are not going to do that. You see, I want you to understand. Anytime Judas was not in the meeting, Jesus didn't ask the disciples and say, "Where's Judas? Go and call him." No. So everybody knew that once a while, Judas will not be there. He's going to negotiate. And he's doing something with his financial purse. And the Bible said that anytime they see him stand up to go somewhere else, the disciples will be saying, we know he's going to, maybe the master has sent him, blah, blah, blah. Not knowing that he was just eating the money by his own will. And he kept doing that. So what am I saying? All of you that need to grow, all of you that, you see, there are many people in this country that are talking about self-development, but they look like an island. They are not serious. If you are serious, you must have somebody over your life. Over your life. Now, I have discovered also in this country that a lot of people like big names. They just like big names. So they always go and stick themselves to a big name like a leech. And then when they say, I have seen people who, when they are drinking water, even if they take picture with some great men, they just take picture with some great men. Just for people to know that. So this is what really we are. See this man and it is me. If you don't believe I'm useful, see this man I'm taking pictures with. Funny things in this country. You didn't pay any price. You are not there because based on effectiveness. It's just environment. Environment. And if you want to take picture with any other person, people who are really great, they will not say no to you. Seriously. Big people, they will not say no to you because you are taking picture with them. It is the half people that say, who are you to take picture with me? Because you are not qualified. So, that is, I want you to know that the flexibility of leadership is because there is capacity and there is seriousness. If you don't get these two in a person, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Every time giving excuses is telling you that the person is not serious. So when you are capable of doing something, that does not defy the fact that you are full of excuses. So, and we cannot. I want you to have that. So what is it? You're going to be looking at the consequences of the individuals or the action or the inaction of that person. They are. When assessing capabilities, consider the following. Number one, how do you know that somebody is capable and is serious? The number one thing, willingness to accept empowerment. The person is willing. I mean, he is serious. He is daring. He is constantly asking for. He constantly avails himself. I'm telling you, when it comes to things like this, that's when their energy comes up. They are so excited. Their bored time is when nothing is going on with their lives. So number one, when you want to assess capabilities, the first thing is the person willing to accept empowerment? Does he want to improve himself? How serious is it? Number two, is the person ready to be trained? Training takes people out and then also allow people to stay in. Training produces the best in people and also the worst in people. Training makes things go fast and then no. So when people are not ready to be trained, don't waste your time. Especially after giving them some time over and over and they abuse it. Don't waste your time. Because you will waste your time and by the time you go, you might be thinking you are doing training. All of a sudden there is nothing you are going to do. Jesus said, don't give gold to swines. Yes, that's exactly what's going to be. Then the third thing is judgment. What are you going to be? What is the person's? Some people, once they come to you after 2 weeks, they will tell you, I'm better than you. They are looking for another person to train them. This is Nigeria. Their judgment about you is like you don't fit. You don't fit to train me. You are not good enough for this. The way I see you, I am more powerful. I speak better grammar. I am more educated than you are. Judgment. Yet, I also want you to understand, you as the trainer, you must also have a sound judgment. Don't look at people's present flaws and just dismiss them immediately. Because patience is required, and then you have to also understand with them, find out why they are not stable. Discuss it. Don't just leave it at that. Get into part of their private to find out why certain things are not working. And I wanted to understand, you also have to look at experience. Find out, have they been doing trainings? Have they been doing empowerment somewhere else? How many courses have they attended before? Who and who has been in their lives before? How many books have they read? what has been their dominant thought line. If you do this, it will give you just a little way to look at that this person is experienced, so that I don't start repeating the things that person up to. So let's do a memo to ourselves to do some of this exercise. What are some problems that an organization might face when they have ineffective leaders? Wow. We're going to use case study in Nigeria. Case study, El Rufai. You know, it's very simple. Case study. What are some problems that an organization, a country, a family, a church, a ministry may have when they have ineffective leaders? If they give you this to write for your master's degree, what are you going to say? What are the problems? Oh God, plenty. You know, plenty. Yes, plenty. First of all, workers don't feel valued. Yes. When you have ineffective leaders, the first thing you're going to see that lacks is the value for people. That's why somebody can come and just sack you, give you a dismissal letter, go away. Nothing to be done to you. And they will be commanding the security in the working place to take you out quick. Have you seen people, when they dismiss them, they give them 24 hours to leave the house? Churches do that to ministries. Because this person is not your pastor again. And you say, leave, and I'm giving you 24 hours to park from a house. No. Yes. Ineffective leaders. That first, you're going to see that. Now listen, what I'm saying here is that when you see where people are not valued, it is because the organization has ineffective leaders. Because the first point of an effective leader is people before any project. Yes. You may not even have a house. Take care of people. It's absolutely better. And you know, we don't value people. So the dignity of human beings is no longer there. That is why a great man can serve a person that we call small. Believe me. And stay together and work together. Some of the things that we might not know, this Reverend Monique Snow from the West, when Tafawa Balewa was the Prime Minister, you know, he was leaving Ibadan to go to Lagos. And his car broke down. And he was by the other side. So the Prime Minister was also going to Lagos after finishing the function. But he saw him, when he came, he saw him. I mean, Prime Minister Tafawa Balewa, a Muslim from the north. He stopped. He just passed and then he saw him because he was busy trying to fix and see if the car could start. The man reversed with his all entourage. And they came. The man was still, his head was there. All he just lifted and he saw Prime Minister standing to serve. Yeah. No, leave the car. Just go in here. Let these people handle the car and bring the car. Value. It's not position. Now you can have 20 cars in ahead of you in a traffic and you want to jump on us because you are the governor of the state. It's just simple. Have you seen how police are beating people anyhow? Value? No. When you read the American criminology, especially how police handle men and citizens, you will discover that we are all in prison in Nigeria. Not only the Independence Way, all of us are in prison. Because once they lay hands on you, they start beating. And if they don't beat you there, they allow you, they talk nice, but the moment you're passing their gate, they turn into something else. Human dignity is number one. And I always tell people, I said, you can never be a leader if there are no humans. You don't lead cows, and nobody calls you that you're a leader of a cow. Like, apart from Nigeria anyway, that they exalted cows more than the humans in Nigeria. That is. And that's why we're having problems. So I want you to know very well that you have to. Where leaders are not effective, people are not valued. The second point is you have to create. It creates negative attitudes. Negative attitudes. You will find lawlessness in such places. People will be jumping and doing things that are crazy. Nobody is going to maintain order and law. That is ineffective. And if you check the whole of this country called Nigeria, it fits into all of these things I'm describing. Yes, all of it. All of it. You can imagine how a policeman using a police van will run after an Okada man. And honestly, you are wondering. And they will just go grab you on the bike by the shoulder behind, pull you up, and the bike is going there, and they'll carry you on the bike and put inside. It is funny. It's just very funny. Negative attitudes is what you are going to see. In this country, everywhere is a restroom. You see that? Everywhere is restroom. Everywhere. You can just stand anywhere and pee and go. You can eat anything and drop it right there and still move where you want to move. This is what it is. Negative attitudes. People fighting anywhere. Have you not seen them? If they are fighting in the National Assembly, pulling their Babangrigas with all their millions and beating themselves, their wives and children and grandchildren watching them, you should be sure that the country Nigeria is a great country. What am I saying? The next thing is not developing all employees. Many years ago, every person that was employed was sent for a course. Those things have died. Nobody. They will take allocation for courses and eat. They will take money that is supposed to be used to train other people and develop them and improve them. They will eat that money. That's going to be. When you send equipment for people to be used to train other people, they will sell the equipment. That's what we have in this country. Because I want you to understand, not developing all employees happen. And if they are going to do anything, it's their cousin, their nephew, their son, and their daughter, and that is how this thing goes. What is it? What are you going to see? Ineffective leaders produces complete high level of absenteeisms. Just try and visit the companies or the organizations or the workplaces of Kaduna, where I am talking from. Go there in the morning. You're going to find offices empty. By 12, everybody has gone home. But the time is 8 to 4. they have gone home. Teachers are eating sweet and suya somewhere else. The children are given one assignment that there is no solution. Sit down in the class and be biting themselves. So that is what we have today. Absenteeism from all. And whether you like it or not, it's the same thing happening in churches. People are not disciplined. They can never obey the days of their activities. Never obey. They don't do that one. I want you to understand, when you find anywhere there is ineffective leadership or leaders, low productivity and poor quality stands up to be there. People can never check anything to. I really get to myself and I look at this country and I'm saying, God, what is it? That the standard organization of whatever they are talking about, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? You don't know how many people have died because of substandard drugs in this country. Substandard drugs. They just carry chalk, mix it with honey chaff, and make people, and they say it's capsule. You can take one bag of it, you are getting worse. That is what we have today. All the agents, the people use for laboratory tests and whatever is going to be, none of it is as efficient as it's going to be. Expired drugs are being sold, turned into something else. The reason is because there is. And so people are not ready for. Even those who are working, they have lowered the standard, lowered the quality, and they are not serious about it. What are you going to see? You're going to find out the first also is miscommunication. In places where leadership is very, very bad and people are not being empowered, I'm telling you, you're going to see that communication is not going on. People don't know what is going on. People don't talk to one another. You just hear something has happened, you see something has happened, and you're asking, what is it that is going on? Now, remember what I said. What are the benefits when an organization has effective leaders? Yes, what are the benefits? There are benefits, just the same way as there are consequences for ineffective leaders in an organization. The first thing you're going to see there, workers at all levels feel needed. Yes, workers at all levels feel needed. I need you, you need me. Your skill and my skill, your goodness and your expertise and things like that is workers at all levels feel needed. The next thing you're going to find out also is it promotes positive attitude. People respect themselves. People honor themselves. People are friends. Not like Nigeria. You know, Nigeria is from top to bottom is divided into two. Muslims and non-Muslims. That is the first thing that happened. You are a Muslim worker, I'm a Christian worker. We are in the same office. The office is divided. We are in the same party. The party is divided. We are in the same state. The state is divided. Everything you see around us is just this thing. And so, because of that, we don't have positive attitude. You don't. You know, many years ago, if you were given an assignment to work from the office or from school, you can actually go to your colleague's house who is a Muslim. Sit there, do the assignment, do everything, and submit and come home. Now, if we don't meet in the office, there's nowhere to meet. You can't come to my house. You can never come to my house. And I will never go to your house. That is what all of this ineffective leadership has produced. But when you have good, effective leaders, they promote this. They utilize all resources. All resources. In fact, many years ago, you can actually use your personal resources to meet an organizational need, and they will pay you back and appreciate you. Now, if you use it, the one they brought for that to be, they will eat. The one you have, they will not even, they will ask you, who told you to do this? Who gave you where did you get the permission to? So it is at your risk. And it is going on. What happened? Good, effective leaders reduce complaints. People no longer, you not find people complaining like it's a normal thing. It's not a normal thing. And then you're going to find that also workers share ideas. Nobody's hiding. Today, if we are given an assignment in an office and you have a very brilliant idea, you will hoard it because that is what they're going to use to promote you. And then you are not going to be saying this. So what happened to you now? No. I want you to also know that there is less confusion when we are in a place. Less confusion. Then you are also going to find out that there are shared goals. It makes people to, this department is going to do this, they share it with another department, they have that one, before you know, everybody is. And because of this, it fosters team building. Yes, it fosters team building. Now, coming to the end, if you are willing to work harder, yes, I'm now giving you what it means to become an effective leader. Becoming an effective leader. Carry these things I just want to give you. If you are willing to work harder, you know, you can work harder and not be willing. So your face will show how bad these people are. Your body language will be vibrating. How, if it is left for you, one of them will be dead. Why? It's because you first understand that working hard is a good thing. But not under this man. Not under this organization. So people, even though they work harder, it's like they are compelled to do that. And compulsion does not bring in the best. That's why I'm using willingness. That if you are willing to work harder. So first of all, to become an effective leader, you must be willing to work harder. Which means work extra. Don't just stop at exact an assignment. Go beyond it. Jesus, to me, there is nobody like him. Of course and I'm not saying that because he is Son of God. He was man, fully man, but there was none like him. He said, if somebody asks you a dress, he said, give him the suit. Now he asks you for a shirt, and he said, you think ahead. If he wears a shirt without a suit, that's incomplete. So give him also. You see, he is not like any other person. That's why whether you love him or not, you still know that he is a different person. There's one thing you will never ever deny about. He did things that even though your hatred is so bad that you want to kill him again, you will still love him. And the point is that thank God you will find him again. The day you're going to be finding him, you're going to be kneeling down. Because that's what he said. And you will definitely do that. So that's why I don't have any problem, because Jesus himself doesn't even have any problem. Can you see a leader that people hate him so bad and he dies for them? They raise stones and he will still come and heal them. Yes. People are killing even those who are following him. I mean, seriously, killing whoever is naming the name of Jesus. Going to churches, going to their houses, killing pastors, removing that is the extremity of anger. They plug the eyes out. They will kill people, carry their stomach open, remove babies from there, carry Bible, put it inside. It doesn't stop Jesus from loving you. He still gives you rain. He gives you sun rays. Believe me, he allows your blood to be running until you die. Then you meet him. So I want you to understand, you must come to the place where you are willing to work harder. Then you're going to come to a place where you work longer. Number one, harder. Work harder. Work, number two, longer. I want you to know that. That is, how are you going to work longer? That's why we talked about persistence. Sometimes your head will knock, I'm telling you. Take a little rest, come back. Sometimes you are completely exhausted. Take a little nap and come back. Sometimes you don't even know what to do. Stop at that particular point, refresh, and come back. Or you ask for help. But you must be willing. I want you to underscore the word willing, so that nobody forcing you. That when you are walking, you walk like Nehemiah, who walked with the king until one day he saw that the face was not the same. It's not every day you are like this. So the day you are happy, people will say, wow, wonderful. What has happened to you today? It's like elephants have come to your house. So that is, work harder, work longer. And what I want to say, and more intensely. Work more intensely. And finally, beyond the call of duty. Don't just deliver what you are given to do. Go above it. Why? Because you and me, if you study our God, who is our Father, and if in Ephesians it says that when we pray, that this God is completely above all. Yes. He does not give us. He said, I will go beyond what you are asking. Every time you meet Jesus, he can never give you something exact that which you ask. When they healed the crippled man, he didn't just stand up and started walking. He was walking and lifting, which was not involved in all of that, and praising God. One act, so many things happen. He said, if you serve me, I'm going to bless your water and bless your bread. And he said, I will take away sickness from among you. You will not be barren. Why? One thing, just serve the Lord your God, and he will do plenty things. Plenty things. Go beyond the duty. Don't just end there. Don't say this is what we're called to do, so we're going to have it here. I want to say to every one of you here that if you're willing to work harder, you're willing to work longer, you're willing to do more intensely and beyond the call of duty, you will become an effective leader. An effective leader. You will become. Take these things, underline them, begin to tax yourself, challenge yourself, and that's gone. So all of this is for your consumption, it's for your developing, it's for everything. And you can actually take the new things you have gotten. I know some of you have heard so many things that I have said today. Repetition is good. It's actually the mother of learning. But also is to re-emphasize that don't throw away what you have been hearing over and over, because the sense of it is that you are being reminded that there's no way you can do without this. And then the new thing that comes is for you to add to it. Above all, action is what you are going to carry to begin to do this. I am so grateful for your time, and I'm so grateful for the effort and the discipline to sit, watch, and to become. You also can subscribe, and you can also invite your friends, and you can do so much for. You are free to actually send in the questions you need to, and then we will try to do it together. Thank you so much. Nice to have you. Great audience. Keep doing well and keep building. I'll stop here. Thank you.